Hello, good morning. Actually, yeah, good morning, maybe afternoon, I don't know. Happy Friday is all I have to say. We made it. I know normally you see me at my calendar. We are changing it up. We're changing locations up a little bit. We're making it a little more relaxed. I'm so happy you're here watching my video. I told you, please watch my video, and you're here, and I love it. So thank you. Couple things. You will need your piece of paper in your mailbox that we sent home with this. Looks like there's a pot on it and a place for you to put your name. You're gonna need this piece of paper today, right now, for what you're doing. If you are a friend that has signed up to do our virtual hangout with our virtual friends today, you will later on if you're meeting at 10 o'clock and you're doing this first, you will need this sheet that you had sent home in your mailbox. If you did not sign up to be part of our virtual hangout, you did not have one in your mailbox, okay? So if you didn't have one in your mailbox, it's because Ms. Nikki did not get any information saying you were joining, okay? Let's read our story first, all right? This is such a good book. I don't know if we've read any Splat the Cat books, but this one is a good one. It's called Splat the Cat, Oopsie Daisy is the name of the book, okay? All right. This kind of looks like this, doesn't it? I wonder what we're gonna be doing today. Splat the Cat, Oopsie Daisy. It was almost springtime. The weather was getting warmer, but the sky was still gray and rainy. Splat thought being stuck inside was a waste of a Saturday afternoon. Splat perked up when a sopping wet Seymour scurried into his room. Seymour was carrying a weird-looking seed. "Where did you get that?" asked Splat. Seymour held up the seed and stared at it. Then he shrugged again. "I wonder what kind of seed it is," said Splat. "It could be anything." "Well, there's only one way to solve this mystery, Seymour. Let's see if we can make it grow." "I think we need to plant it first," Splat said. "But I've never planted anything before. Do you know how to plant a seed?" Seymour shrugged. "Okay then, let's go to the library to find out," Splat announced. The library is a great place to go if you need to find a book on how to do something. So they're gonna go to the library and try to find a book. Splat and Seymour walked straight to the library to look for a book about gardening. The only problem was that there was so much information. Splat wanted to grow one seed, not a whole field of corn. After staring at the shelves for a long time, Splat finally asked the librarian. She was happy to help him find the perfect book. And the book says, "A Cat's Guide to Plants and Potting." The book said the first step was getting a pot and filling it with soil. Not all the soil landed in the pot. Some of it fell out. Kind of a mess. Next, Splat planted the seed in the dirt. He set the flower pot on a sunny windowsill. Then he watered the soil. Not all of the water went into the pot. Kind of a messy process. Splat checked the flower pot every day. He hoped and hoped for any sign of a sprout. He wondered what kind of plant it would be. They all look the same. All those seeds look the same. I always think back to our flower garden center when we had our flower store here where you guys could have the different flowers and they We could sort them by different colors. There's so many different colors. There's so many different kinds of plants and flowers. What a mystery to plant a seed and have no idea what is going to grow. Maybe the seed would grow into a wild garden of roses. Or maybe the seed would grow into a tree as tall as the sky. Splat couldn't wait to see what grew. He sang to the seed. He read to the seed and told it stories. For 2 whole weeks, Splat waited and waited for the seed to do something. 2 weeks, that's the same amount of time that our caterpillars will be in their chrysalis. 14 days. Splat was ready to give up. Maybe the seed would never sprout. Feeling terribly disappointed, he watered the soil one last time, just in case. The dirt in the pot shifted a little when Splat added water, and a tiny green sprout sprang up. Splat cheered loudly, but quickly shut his mouth. He didn't want to scare the little plant back into the soil. During the next week, the sprout grew a few straggly leaves. Splat was thrilled when a few days later, a little bud appeared at the top of the stem. The next day, the bud opened and a bloom blossomed. It wasn't a wild jungle plant or a many-colored rose or a tall, tall tree. It was a flower, a little daisy, and Splat knew just who to give it to. What color is our flower? What color was Splat's flower? I love it, said Mom. It's the most special flower ever. Splat smiled as he hugged his mother. I grew it myself, Splat said, with a little help from Seymour. Who did he give his flower to? Yeah, he gave it to his mom. What a great idea, huh? So that flower is called a daisy. It's yellow. And it might be a question when you turn in your sheet that Miss Nikki asks you what color was the flower that Splat ended up planting. Okay, so remember that. It's a yellow daisy. Okay. All right. Here's what you're going to do. So you have your own pot. All right. On here it says, what kind of plant would you like to grow? And then it gives you a little line for your adult helper at home to help you with the words. If your adult helper wants to write the words in pencil, you could go over them in marker or crayon. Or if your adult helper wants to go write it in yellow marker, then you could go over that. Yellow marker is something we use at school, right? When we practice our tracing. So if your adult helper wants to write what kind of flower you would like to grow, right on the line is where that's gonna go. Okay, so I did mine and it looks like this. So I have been, probably over the last 4 months or so, been getting really into plants at home. So I've got some really cool ones. And this is one that I don't have yet, but I'm looking to get. And it's called a snake plant. So I looked it up. I looked up how to draw it online, or a picture of it, and then I copied the picture. It's got really thin, fat leaves that go straight up. And it's like a dark green and it's a light green, and it's called a snake plant. So that's one that I would like to have at home. But I want you to think yourself, what kind of a plant would you like to grow? If you could grow any plant at all, you could look on the internet, you could look in books. If you have a garden or have had a garden in the past, you could think about those plants that you've already grown in there too. But I want you to draw a picture of your plant, what you would like to grow, and then have your adult helper help you with the words, okay? Don't forget to put your name on the line. We've been talking a lot about that at school, making sure that your name goes on the line first thing before you start your project. Because if you turn this into Miss Nikki and you don't have your name on it, I don't know who to give a prize to, right? Remember, if you turn this in, you get a chance at the prize box, okay? So don't forget to do this part and bring it back on Monday for a prize. All right, that's it. That's all I have for you today. Pretty simple. Just wanted to give you a little something fun. We're going to be talking next month about a little bit more about plants, and we're going to be doing some special kind of projects with some plants here in the next couple of weeks that I think you'll really enjoy. So I thought this book would be a good one to kind of get us ready for that. All right. Okay. Have a good rest of your weekend. Do something fun, and we will see you back at school on Monday for a super fun week. All right. Bye.